Hello there, and welcome to World Makers Consortium episode 41. It's Friday night. We're chilling out. We're going to do some 118th or whatever world building stuff. And here's my co-host, Famine Studios.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Good to be here. How are we doing tonight, Rad?
Oh, dude, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Another long week. Yep. Cheers to that.
Yeah, buddy.
But
hey, real quick, top of the hour, I want to hit everybody before I forget. Hit up your targets, those Sabine deluxe sets and the Black Chrysanthemum deluxe sets. They're on clearance now. Get them while you can.
yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna reach out to my American friends and get them to grab me up a few of those suckers too. Because I don't know. I saw Black Chrysanthemum go on sale at GameStop, but it was still like $28.
Do you know any Americans? I feel like you don't know any Americans.
I know a couple. I don't know. Maybe I can bribe them with some of that fresh, juicy Canadian maple syrup. I'll send some bootleg syrup down there and get some Star Wars figures or something. But why don't we bring out another, our co-host, Wenzilla.
Hey, guys. What's up? Hey, that reminded me, Rad. I remember when I was like, dude, I'm forgetting to send you something. I still have a heavy Mando that I got. Remember? I got it on a discount at Target, so I still have him. I still have him in box. He was sitting next to your stuff, but I completely forgot. So I can look for you for sure. So
next time, just let me know, man. I'll just directly PayPal you that second.
No, it's all part of our trade stuff that we do, man. It's just whatever.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you if you want to send me shit for free.
Well, I figure you might have to just get it when you come here. No, just kidding.
I could actually. I don't know. I think my new passport's gonna be in probably next week, and you're only you're 3 hours and 20 minutes from my house. So
if I drive half that, then it's only an hour and a half. So
then you'd have to meet me in I don't know, Sarnia or some crazy disgusting
place. Which is weird because I'm an asshole. I'll drive 2-3 hours to see a friend and hang out for the day. And it's so weird that I get it on paper. You guys are so close, but it also 2 different countries. You have the border. It makes it so much longer. But I'm just why doesn't he drive home? And then I have to remember, oh yeah, these guys are separated by a border. It's like Romeo and Juliet. I mean,
it's so bad. I know.
It is what it is.
It could be such a great love story, Rad, is what Fam is trying to say.
Yep.
That's all.
Well, I'll have definitely in August I'm heading that way, but Pirates of the Galaxy's tagging along and
October.
And October, yeah.
Both of you.
Are you gonna elaborate to the toy community what's going on in October?
I mean, I don't know. But these 2 guys are gonna be in the wedding that I'm having. So Taylor and I are having. The 2 of us are having. So yeah.
Combined effort. You can't marry yourself yet. You can marry just about anything or anyone else right now, but you can't marry yourself. There we go. Hey, let's not leave our guest back in the old green room all night long.
I put out fresh drinks and I put out all blue M&Ms, which was in his rider. He should be fine.
I had some leftover Peeps, so I put some Peeps in there. So we're good.
Dude, why would you do that to anyone? Peeps are so gross.
So they're left over.
It's eating cotton that somebody left lying on the floor of a candy factory or something. I don't know. It's weird.
It's true.
It's fucking weird. Well, without further ado, let's bring out our guest tonight. We got The Lead Will Walk the Earth, which is a super long name. How's it going on?
How are you doing?
Oh man.
Good. Well, how's everyone doing?
Very good.
You're doing good. Everyone's doing
good.
Awesome.
You're very good. So you're coming all the way from England, eh?
Yes, yeah. So it's just 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Oh man.
Only 1 in the morning. I haven't seen. Oh, there he is. There's Lord of Thane. Well, how about we do our little shout outs in the chat before we get rolling here with the show tonight? We kind of did it in a messed up order last week, so we'll keep things to schedule in the way we rehearsed it this afternoon. So we've got Bjorn in the chat here. He was always first. Turns on the lights, puts the beers in the fridge, gets everything ready to go for the show.
I think got all the blue M&Ms. So
Oh, you ate all the blue M&Ms. That's not good, Bjorn. It's not good. We're gonna have a chat. Famine is World Makers Consortium Human Resources, so we're gonna have to send you down to his office in the morning and got some splaining to do, Bjorn. You ate all the blue M&Ms, bro. Can't be doing that. We also got Fatback Stations in the chat. What's going on, man? Had him on the show a couple weeks ago. We showed off some of his stuff last week. He has some like super cool stuff on the go, and he's got a nice big open new space to do it in. So
It's
definitely,
scary.
yeah, man, it's dangerous. I can tell you, it's dangerous having a wide open basement to do whatever you want in. It's great. And then we've also got Nebula's Nexus on the show tonight, or in the chat tonight. What's going on, man? Lord of Thane is coming all the way from Miami. He's in Florida or someplace like that.
I think so, yeah.
He's in the Sunshine State, yeah.
You're like relatively in our time zone now. That's great. At least check out the last couple shows, anyways, until you're back home. We got CH Anthony. Yeah, what's up, nerds?
What up?
Got, you can check out Grumpy Puppet on Instagram, and I think he's got an eBay thing where he makes some like really cool like custom figures. So yeah, definitely go check that. We also have Starboy Station in the chat. What's going on, man? We got Tuna on Rye. I think I've seen that name before, but yeah, it's an interesting name. Very cool. We got Mickey McCumber. He loves Famine. We all love Famine. Oh, the troublemaker in the chat, man. We got to get the admins on this guy. Dead Man 1's in the chat tonight. You gotta watch him, man. You gotta watch him. Both eyes.
What up?
One's in the chat.
Fat Red Foo is in the chat. There's my buddy who supplies me with the gunships to no end.
Dude, we know. We got it.
I know. I just gotta rub it in because I got so many, but not as many.
Hey, where is High Zone 5? Where's he been, man?
Dude, I haven't seen him for a while. I don't know. I must have pissed him off. Maybe I'm using like the wrong filament or something like that.
You guys are a 3D printing spat.
Yeah,
there's a beef in the 3D printing community.
I can't believe you're using that filament, Rad.
Yeah, no, we got Pirates of the Galaxy. What's going on? You can check him and Lord of Thana Wednesday night.
I caught it. I was a little bit late to their show, so I didn't see it live, but I did watch it afterwards. So definitely tons of stuff on there this week.
You caught the show and then say you didn't watch it. You watched it later.
Do what?
Did you say you caught it and then you were like, no, I watched it later?
No, I didn't have a chance. I did not catch it live, but I did see it like literally 20 minutes after his live. I was like, no.
I was there, and then I was like, Winslow didn't show up tonight. Famine didn't show up either, so okay.
Famine was in the middle of what would equivalent be a hurricane in New Jersey the day before an earthquake in New Jersey. So I was a little busy.
All I hear is excuses, honestly.
That's true. You just sound like my wait a minute. Did you go out to get cigarettes about 37 years ago?
Dude, I would have been like your fucking like 5-year-old father at the time or whatever.
That's gonna be NBC's new show, My 5-Year-Old Father. You wait and see.
See you later, little guy. I'm going to get some cigarettes. Maybe a bottle of rye.
A bottle of rye.
So you do.
See, you must have walked out in the 80s because that's the last time anybody went out to get cigarettes and a bottle of rye.
Everyone knows when you are gonna abandon your family, you get in your old Buick and you go and get cigarettes and rye and you just keep driving, man. You just keep driving. In your 1977 Buick Skylark or something like that.
Ooh.
But there we go. Are you not entertained? Come on, chat. Are you entertained or what?
I'm always entertained. I want to save some of my laughter. That's all.
You're saving the laughter. That sounds like a movie or a documentary about like a comedian that killed himself. Saving the
Jesus, this gets dark quick.
This got dark real quick.
It did actually.
Hey, Adrian's not even here, man.
I know. Yeah, I don't see him in the chat yet, but he's probably gonna appreciate this on the replay because we're being dark. So yeah, I don't know. What do you want to give us an update on anything there, Wentzilla? You're gonna be popping by the show a little more often than
Yeah, I think I'm trying to make it every Friday if I can. So definitely doing that because I've been popping in anyway. And then next week we are gonna do, not next week, but the 19th, we're doing we're doing a giveaway with Timbo toys and stuff. So I just got an awesome package in from him up on the IG, and I'm finishing up level 1 right now. So I should have a video out tomorrow. I just wanted to get some nice pictures in of it before I put the video together. So the video's shot a whole bunch. So
a mystery, and then you gave away that there's levels.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just level 1, level 2. There's 2 shelves. So
all right.
Yeah, just for the record, Lord of Thane, I'm not actually planning on going and getting cigarettes and rye and leaving my family. Pretty fond. I like my family. I'm fairly fond of them, so I think I'll stick around.
You mean you're not leaving your toys, right? We know. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine.
Can't leave the collection.
Yeah. My family lives at the same house my toys do.
It's all your family. Your toys are your family too.
Yeah, because you got to feed them and shit, right?
It's true.
Allegedly.
And then also before I forget, because I might forget, Asia Station next Wednesday will be on Skeleton's Tomb. I'll be on Skeleton's Tomb next Wednesday. I'm also trying to be there more often, but I'll probably be here more often just because of my schedule. So, but next Wednesday, Skeleton's Tomb on Skelly's YouTube. It's linked up everywhere to find it. We'll be giving away one of the spring pup bots. Is that how you say it?
They've been out for 2 years now.
I know, but there's a new. Listen, I always say all his stuff wrong, and then when I do post about it, I do make it correct. But it's his new version of that, so it's going to be. I've seen it, so it's going to be here. I'm going to send it out to somebody. So I'm going to have one for myself, and then we're going to do a giveaway, like we always do. So.
Nice.
Yeah. Giveaway.
I also have some stuff from Timbo Toys coming. Some of those freight haulers or whatever. Finally got that plan in motion. So yeah, I got that. So I was stoked. I don't know if he's sending it painted or not. I don't care either way. I'll paint it if it's not, or he can paint it.
I'm pretty sure he does. If you get the Imperial one, the one that I got, I specifically, obviously wanted it to be not painted, because we're doing a collab, and I'm also it's gonna be like a Gamma Fuel Amrex spot type hauler. So we're gonna have some Gamma Fuel little barrels, and then just been retooling this old R2 so I can put like a clear head on them and stuff.
Sure, that droid has no head.
Yeah.
I wanted to use the clear ones so you can see his insides working. So
yeah, and then
working on that.
When I said earlier, Lord of Thane's going to be on here next week with Red Bando. So we're going to have, the Germans are coming on WMC next week. We need a translate.
The Germans are coming.
Okay. That's okay.
The Germans are coming. I mean that in a totally positive way.
Yeah. The Germans are coming.
Oh, look at that. I don't do anything. Tembo painted mine. That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be an actual collab where like someone sends you something and you do something with it, and so it's going to be a fun giveaway on the 19th right here. We'll have Timbo on it again, and we'll do the thing from Jam live from Jam Station.
Jam Station. But,
also, just watched his YouTube video. Sorry, he shouted out World Makers Consortium, so go check it out. It's a shorter video, so go check it out. Sorry, I'm done talking. Go ahead.
That's what I do on Sundays. Like I put like Dom's and everybody's videos for the week that I missed in a playlist. And then Sunday when I'm doing world building and painting shit, I'll just throw it on. It's great. It's like hours of entertainment. But yeah. But hey, if you guys want to get one of these snazzy WMC t-shirts, long sleeves, underwear, stickers, whatever you want, I'll leave the link up there while Famine fills us in on what his plans for the week are.
I'm going to be doing a live stream tonight at 10. That's what I got going on. We're going to be doing some kit bashing and repair on a Chinese knockoff Jurassic Park 3 Hasbro Triceratops. I specify where it's the knockoff from because there's an Indonesian version of the same piece in a different color that's separate knockoff. So it's going to be weird.
Yeah. And then, yeah, of course, you can go to our Patreons. It's the links are on our YouTube channels. You can support the channel. I'm going to update our Patreon quite a bit coming up here. I've got a whole bunch of new content to put up on there. And yeah, you can support different levels. A couple of levels get you some world building packages sent, little greebles and doors and Dejeric benches and restaurant furniture and yeah, whatever I decide I'm going to put in there. It might be some figures, you know,
feet pics. So
yeah. Tasteful nudes, you know, usual.
That's all we came for.
Some tasteful nudes too. I've seen them.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, it appears that we have a guest tonight, so maybe we should start talking to them a little bit more. So
pointing the wrong way.
Because it's not reversed. I don't know. It's I don't know. All I see right now is the world's coolest Brady Bunch. So that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So the Leadville. I don't know. I'm just should I call you old noob or walk or Earth?
You call me whatever you like. You know. That's good.
All right, sir. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm Adam. It's my real name. I'm happy to share that. So and obviously sort of background in being a geek has really come from sort of wargaming. That's where I sort of started and sort of collected action figures, or, sort of picked them up ever since my dad took me to see Star Wars when it premiered in the UK in 1978 over here. So I picked up a few things and then sort of like we all do, sort of drifted away from it. Sort of passed on to other things, discovered music, girls, liquor, and then sort of over the years sort of come back to it. So picked up bits every so often, when I was sort of buying stuff for my kids or from friends' kids, and I'll get one of those for myself here and there. And then sort of a while back, after sort of wargaming with lots of sort of different games and coming away from Games Workshop and finding a lot of sort of more independent games, I thought, wouldn't it be a really crazy idea to play war games with action figures? And most of my kind of wargaming friends were like, yeah, that is madness. So a bit of a search on the internet.
And you said too, yeah, you're one of the people kind of prototyping, testing Dom's game.
Yes, yeah. So I sort of did a few YouTube searches, and that's how I found Dom on Toy Domination. I thought, great, there's someone actually as crazy as me, playing games with action figures. Turns out he's been obviously writing one. So I got in touch with him, and I'm playtesting Actionverse. So having huge amounts of fun, playing with that and sort of putting stuff together and building stuff, specifically to play the game and to play games with. So. The whole world building thing is sort of new to me, whilst I've done that at a smaller scale. So I've painted miniatures and I've made things, and I'm used to weathering and creating, 3D printing, all that kind of stuff. But for me, everything's huge now. It's a sort of a different step. So the same techniques, but just 4, 5, 6 times the size. So yeah, it's exciting, and seeing the kind of scale and the complexity and depth that all of the world builders are doing is just massively inspiring. It's got me fired up to do so many more things.
Apparently Bjorn is an where did that comment go? Bjorn is an undercover ISB agent. I don't know, I'm not sure what's going on in the chat, man, but they're throwing some accusations around and stuff.
The gloves being thrown down.
But Timo's here too, and he told me once that if you go see his basement, it's a one-way trip. So
yeah, you're never coming back.
Yeah,
but so yeah. So how long have you been? Like you said, you've been picking up figures here and there over the years, but how long have you been serious 1/18th world building madness or whatever?
Yeah, so I did a short period of time I picked up a load of Star Wars action figures probably about 10-15 years ago. So I was about 100, 150, but I didn't really go anywhere with it. So actually, probably only about a year ago did I start thinking, oh, maybe I should sort of, head back into this. And it's probably only the end of sort of last year that I've gone, no, actually, this is what I want to do. Picked up more stuff and, really gone for it. So a lot of the stuff that you see on my IG is actually quite recent. Certainly the action figure stuff. Some of the other stuff has, been sort of going on for a long time. So yeah, really not that long.
Yeah, well, we all got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hence the old noob.
So do you go? Do you still do? Are you active wargaming? Like, do you still do like big Warhammer tournaments and all that crazy stuff?
I don't play Warhammer anymore. I've got friends who do, but I play Star Wars Legion. I've played a bit of X-Wing, but it's a lot of sort of indie games. There's a lot of sort of sci-fi games like 5 Parsecs from Home and 5 Leagues Beyond the. I think 5 Leagues Beyond the Borderland is a fantasy game. So things like that. They're sort of smaller, sort of. They're not really indie games anymore, but they're smaller publishers, and those are the kind of games I've sort of picked up. So I'm still playing those regularly. Probably play 2 or 3 games a week, to be honest with you.
Well, you probably can't find a smaller publisher than Dom at this point, but there you go.
Damn.
And that was not ripping on Dom, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I wasn't ripping on him. It's all good, man.
And what he's written is fantastic. The action economy in that in the game. Using.
I've made it a couple times on his show, and it was a lot of fun, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a lot of narrative. There's that narrative elements to it. So he's sort of mixed in some RPG light elements. So your characters develop and your crew develops, and depending on the decisions you make and what you do in the game, sort of gives you suggestions and ideas for how your crew sort of develop and what contacts they have, whether they meet someone who's got a pawn shop they can sell you stuff, or if there's an arms dealer that you can sort of hook up with. So it encourages that world building and that storytelling and that narrative as the whole thing develops.
Yeah, and he's definitely got a narrative because people. I'm sure everybody knows, but Dom's got a book too. I'm about halfway through the ebook right now, just I don't get a lot of time to read, but if you're into like that Tom Clancy's sci-fi future military like vibe, it's a good read, man. Like definitely. I'm only about halfway through it, but definitely
Tungsten Spider.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, definitely. But we should do books on tape, and he should get us all to do voices. Be like, I'm Sergeant. What's his face? Go shoot that guy.
They call me Sergeant Joe.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
My name's Stephen French. I'm the cook.
Just the chef.
But no, he's like Steven Seagal on that movie with the battleship where he's a chef.
Under Siege too.
But he's secretly like this badass guy. He's like, I don't want to kill anymore, man. I just want to cook my famous goulash. Like, I'm not into violence anymore, man. My ponytail's too tight. I can't handle it anymore.
It's a classic.
Give the thumbs up in the chat for Steven Seagal, man. Give him a thumbs up. He needs it these days. Trust me.
Do not.
I do it. Don't listen to what Zilli.
Thumbs down for Steven Seagal.
He's not a good man. He is not a good man.
And thumbs down for Rad's impersonation of Steven Seagal. So,
I wasn't trying to
impersonate. 2 thumbs.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to impersonate him, but I apologize if that's what you took it for.
I'm sorry, but would you like to? You could. We'll give you the floor. We'll let you.
Oh man, no, I don't need. No, we don't. Pirates does the impersonations. I don't do that shit.
That's true.
But yeah. So let's check out one of your first picks here. It's I don't know. They're looking for like the nearest Starbucks or something. I'm not sure what these boys are up to.
Yeah, they're ordering coffee here. That's what they're getting their order in.
There's a Starbucks 10 clicks north of station Alpha Beta Fart. But
yeah, I obviously just wanted to get some kind of a pre-mission planning sort of scene in here. So these are sort of some of those are actually papercraft crates that picked up off of the internet. It's a printed floor as well.
You said obviously, yet until you drew my direct attention to it, I had zero fucking clue that was papercraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Could be something else.
Completely through. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, and now I'm focused on that. That's how good this shot is, that you focus the attention, and the vignette of the photo doesn't take too much away from the centerpiece of the shot. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's a great shot. Yeah, we are getting some Steven Seagal reactions here. C.H. Anthony does not
Is
like.
it all about the cake?
I don't know, man.
Because that movie is all about the cake.
Oh yeah, when the commander gets the cake, that's the best part of the movie. The best part. It's even better than when he like knees that guy into the circular saw. That's that movie. Just ridiculous. Oh my god. But yeah. Anyways, back to our guest, who is not. He's not Steven Seagal. I know you guys have like mistaken him for Steven.
Real quick. Did we check before the show? I don't think we checked.
Yeah, who did the background check on the guest tonight? Was that Wenzilla's job?
I think that was Bjorn. Bjorn was supposed to do that.
I don't know.
So, old new. Before we move forward, you talked about your background in miniature making and the world building there. I've noticed in at least the most popular not world building, but miniature channels, it seems like the pendulum has swung more to content with world building again than painting being the priority. And I feel like as that happens, more people are going to discover this type of world making that you're doing, that you were talking about, and also playing games. So I think that's I think it's a good thing, but it's something I've noticed. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, it's like when I talked to some of my wargaming friends, they were a bit like, well, it's a bit strange, like, is it, can you really do it at that scale? But then my good friend Cameron, who might be watching this, he's just sent me, oh, I blame you. Look what I've ordered. And he's picked up loads of stuff to play some games with, specifically to play games with. So, he'll be straight into it. But I think you're right. It's, I always enjoy and gravitated towards making terrain anyway, rather than sort of miniatures. And I still paint miniatures, but, terrain and world building and building a story. So it's the sort of details that you've got in the background. And that's really what often makes some of the shots is it's the crates, it's the waste bins, it's the vending machines, it's, what's going in the background. It's the pipes, the wires, the doors, everything that tells a story in the background about that place that you're sort of, presenting that scene in.
Very cool. Yeah. And it was kind of like this shot. Like you could have just taken this with like a couple walls, but yeah, definitely little gas cans, canisters. Dude, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and that's some G.I. Joe, sort of the Cobra Troopers, and that I think that's just literally just picked up that Batman. That's Selena, was it Selena or whatever? Selena.
Oh, Selena Kyle,
the
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Oh, I think. That's
literally cool. Picked that up the other week. I think it was about £3. That figure.
Nice. And you obviously made that background. Like, are you buying like pre-molded kits, or do you do a lot of scratch builds? Like
scratch builds. So those backgrounds are actually cork on MDF. So I'll often build with MDF. I sort of listen to what people have said about something. It should be playable and it should be durable, because a lot of my terrain for miniature games is probably made from flimsier materials. Whereas obviously action figures are a bit larger, and actually, my kids are just getting to an age where they probably wouldn't really play with it. But I'm still trying to make things that potentially could be played with. So those background walls are 6mm MDF, and they're cork tiles. So like what you put on flooring, put on walls, for pin boards, and the cork tiles are sort of cut down and make that concrete finish essentially, and they're just literally painted with stencils.
Oh, that's cool, man. And I love this little shot here you got too. One of your did you do that? Scene. Yeah. So yeah, just kind of fill us in on like your situation here.
Yeah, so the sort of the plants are, if you look sort of carefully at some of the plants, they're parts of those are from a wreath that I bought from a garden centre, discounted, obviously, which I've sort of trimmed and cut to pieces. And there's a couple of aquarium plant pieces there as well. And they're stuck onto little bases, similar as I've made some of the trees as well. And the building, you can see, is that 6mm MDF with sort of, coffee stirrers and bits of cork and various other things in it as well.
So how do
the
you do?
floor is actually a wargaming mat.
Oh, that's cool. Right on. How do you make your like impact or your bullet marks there?
That was with my drill.
He's like with bullets.
Yeah, with bullets.
Bullets. Yeah, with bullets, he really shoots it outside. Well, maybe
Yeah.
inside. Shoots stuff inside too.
He has real guns for his 118 guys,
Yeah,
so
they're
they
tiny.
actually shoot.
Yeah.
Real bullets. I doubt it. But here's a better look at
Hey.
your construction. So you got
Yeah, so that's I've got one of these here. They are sort of 6 mil. You can sort of see 6 mil MDF with medium density fiberboard. Sort of cut to shape, cut out of cardboard initially, and then sort of patterned, cut with a saw, jigsaw, and then sort of the pieces around here are sort of coffee stirrers and bits of cork tiles.
Bring our guest big screen there for a second. He's holding.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I was watching the chat. I didn't realize he was holding something.
Yeah, so it's 6 mil MDF. There's a sort of brace in the middle. You can kind of see here, just sort of give it some rigidity, but it's this is pretty solid. And these are all coffee stirrers and pieces of cork tiles to sort of make those, and then use the bullet holes and a bit of this isn't airbrushing. It's just sprayed with a rattle can. And a bit of daubing to kind of muddy it up. But I've made a variety of those. But that's sort of taking some of the things I've done from wargaming and then sort of translating it into action figure scale.
So do you? Go ahead, Famine.
You brought up the stir sticks. I just came back from a little overnight stay, and the first thing I did at the coffee place while I was waiting for my order was loading up on stir sticks and straws. Yeah, they're free.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, of course I'm going to grab them, but just load it up on them and ready for use.
I think 1 is free. Anything beyond 1 is then theft.
See, no, I think you're fucking wrong, and you should keep that opinion to yourself.
Hey, wow, easy.
What do you wear a wire? Use the shirt. Are you wearing a wire?
No.
Oh shit! We got the whole Skeletons team here tonight. We got Skelly in the chat too.
He found his way to YouTube and he's on here.
Yeah, what's he like? Welcome to the other side there, Skelly.
See how all the pictures work at the same time?
It is nice.
Just rub that salt in there. Those like the IG guys are just like so pissed about that black screen thing. Just rub that little salt.
So annoying.
Jimbo's thought it was funny though, so that's what matters. If Jimbo thinks it's funny, then it's okay.
It's okay.
And then we had actually our guest from last week has a question for you. He's like, "How do you get the corner on the outside so smooth, baby?"
Oh yeah, so they are quite close, and I'm using sort of very sort of defined edges when I'm closing it off. They're clamped. And then I just use filler, so it's wood filler specifically, because then you can sand it down perfectly.
Oh, that's really cool. What happened? You didn't like your spot in the window there, Wenzel? You're like, I'm not last.
I don't know.
I'm not being last.
It went boop boop, and I don't know. I didn't touch anything.
We'll see. But here's a really cool shot of that. I think it is that building we just talked about.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I was actually playing a game when I was sort of was doing this, and I think we were chatting the other day, saying I was sort of playing a game and I was about to roll some dice, and I went, "Oh, I'll make a really good shot." So I was like, quickly go and get the lights and try and set up, move things around a bit. So, but yeah, that is that building and some of the other pieces, and again, you can sort of see the those plants were sort of pieces of aquarium plants.
So I have a question for you, because just looking at your shots and stuff. Obviously, we've talked before in the past, but do you have a background in art at all, or photography?
I did go to art college, if that counts.
I think that counts.
Yeah, it definitely.
Just
does.
because, the way that, sometimes I can tell just by the way that people light some of their things that they do, all of your shots, obviously, but you actually take a minute to light it a certain way. So I see it, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a long time ago that I was in art college.
But you can tell when people have certain eyes and like they're direct. You know what I mean? Like it looks a certain way.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I told yes, dead man. I'm sorry. Instagram does need to get their shit together. And yeah, Lord of Thane, you don't call 911 when people shoplift. I think you just call the regular police. I think. I think is it the same? In the, like if someone
what did you just say? Wait,
you took
what?
that message completely wrong there. Rad.
Call 911 on fan. I do that kind of shoplifting all the time.
Yeah, take a stir sticks. Listen, if it's a big
wait,
chain,
what do you call in Canada?
But not 911 when somebody's stealing shit. You just call the cops. Like if someone's dying, you call 911, or if someone's like being shot.
They only have one number, right?
No. You can just call the police directly too.
Oh, like make a report?
Just call the sheriff's office.
David stealing straws. Call 911, motherfucker.
No, if it's a chain,
again,
if it's like Dunkin' or Krispy Kreme, whatever, they put those out. They're written into the budget, and I've seen them at the end of the night take the stir sticks and throw them away because they're a consumable that's in public air. So they literally refill the whole thing after emptying it out. So
you just pretend that you consumed them.
I kept them out of a landfill. I supported my local coffee house by making a purchase, and I'm just that good. I don't know. Nobody's ever said anything.
All right. However you have to justify it. We back you 100%.
Welcome to the spin zone, everybody. Whoa! Oh, man.
Fuck, man. I've been there, man. It's not fun. The spin zone sucks. But, yeah. Anyway, back to models. So here's another couple of buildings you got. That's cool, man. I love that. Like, this looks cool.
Yeah, it's just sort of the scale of it to sort of get to, because I started off making a single one, and I was like, these need to be a little bit larger. So I've got some others on the go, actually, continuing to make some, and some a little bit taller with, additional stories and a bit more space in them. So definitely something I want to keep doing, and then add a bit more detail to them, because they really are just shells. There's not much more to them, and whilst they serve their purpose, and I'm pretty pleased with them, I think I can go to the next level.
It's pretty cool that they're modular, though. Like you can you don't need the rest of the house to make a scene, obviously, because it's gone.
Yeah, I can just pick up pieces and throw them around. And I sort of got that idea from seeing everyone making the panels. So having panels that you can sort of shift around and move around to change things is obviously fantastic.
I feel like this would be really easy to take this another, because obviously awesome, but I feel like you could do another level, like you could almost have it where you could stack them in a way.
Yes,
where they had, I'm sure you thought, yeah.
So I'm starting on another. So here's a
boom
one with a.
Exactly. Yep.
Adding into another level, which is
your style is so reminiscent of, if you play the Fallout games or like the older Modern Warfare 1 and 2, they're destroyed buildings, very reminiscent of what you make, where there's not huge massive piles of rubble at the bases. It's just like interconnected walls on a flat surface, and it adds that aesthetic that I like it a lot. Like I'm looking at those and I'm like, maybe I've overdone it with piles of bricks and debris at the bottom of my shit. Damn. So it's a really great looking piece that you made there. And to echo Josh's sentiment, the second level is going to be a great thing to have too.
Yeah, absolutely. Give it some height. That's the next thing I need to sort of add to that, is actually give it some height. But that looks levels, awesome. Will make a big difference. I did sort of consider doing some of the rubble piles, but I think that's from some of the wargaming things I've done, is trying to make it playable. Because trying to stand action figures up on a pile of rubble isn't always that easy.
Right.
And actually, I maybe want to move them around and and actually put them in the scene. But there's no way you're gonna. Could have struggled to get them to stand up over really rocky ground, because you can't press them into it like you can if you're doing it in sand or dirt.
It's true.
I don't know. Dead Man better than I do. What the hell is he talking about?
Rubber bank.
Rubber bank.
It's something Mudscuffer, I think, said on Mr. Bobby Mullins said on the tomb, last year, and it just kind of comes. It's kind of like mouthing off. It just kind of comes. It comes up, you know.
It comes naturally.
It does come-
Imagine
it does
what
come out
you-
when getting mouthed off.
Imagine what you could put a green rubber band on, and then just let your imagination take it from there. So
What you're trying to say is mouthing off comes naturally to you.
I did not say that, nor do I say that. But when I hear people say it, it is odd. So, and I did have to be like, "What did you? Hang on, let's put a pin in everything we're doing." What was that, Rad? So, yeah,
Great.
hashtag. And there is a cereal, so Famine and I have found it. It's true.
Okay, well, I'll buy someone and get down there, man. I'll like enjoy the fuck out of it. I guess I don't
Please
know.
don't tell the border agent that you're crossing into another country to go mouth off. Like, don't.
No, it depends. Like when I'm coming back to Canada, he'll understand what I'm saying. But when I go to the States, I will not say that at all.
Hashtag mouth off.
Yeah, that was our contest the 1 week.
Yeah.
Oh, last week. Oh.
Last week.
Last week, yeah.
I don't know. A blur. This whole week has just been nuts. Let's get back to looking at some very cool scenes set up with some make believe building.
Like it.
Yeah, you can see those sort of pieces. Those are the sort of building pieces, and I think that's an art that. I think you guys get it. Has Click and Play? Is it? We have it. World Peacekeepers is what it's branded over here, but that's that APC in the background there.
I noticed that on your one barbed wire fence. I was like, I think that's Click and Play. Like, because I think I have a couple of those.
Yeah.
I love them, man. Like, they look great, especially how you had them, like not in the shot, but in the shot. You know what I mean? So it looks like barbed wire. Like, it's really cool.
So I think in that context, Famine will appreciate that because of your cosplay background. Like the secret in that is layering. It's layer after layer after layer to do something. So having something that's just showing in the shot, helps to sort of give that those layers and that depth.
Yeah, I had to pull it up, didn't you, Rat?
He had to say that, didn't he?
Oh, Dead Man, we love you, Dead Man. Hilarious.
Someone has to say it.
Yeah, back to our guest and not what green rubber bands are for.
So yeah, this was sort of getting into a game, and it was about to be an ambush, and I thought, this might make a good shot here. So again, grab some lights and see what I could do with it.
Oh, it's like the perfect time for those soldiers to shoot those fuckers, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I got to shoot the enemy.
Yeah, the enemy. Don't shoot directly at them. Just shoot above their heads and back to their base. So we're getting into some, some foliage here. So what's the explanation of this stuff?
So those pieces are they are wreath making supplies. So there was a craft shop near us, and I sort of saw a couple of these in. I thought, these might make quite good trees. What I've actually used those for is sort of sticking them onto a base, covering that in gravel, pretty much in the same way that people would make that as per the shot there, as you would make sort of wargaming trees, but to use with action figures, and obviously they're a little bit larger. So that's a joy toy in the middle of that sort of walking through the forest there, and you can see those other pieces are sort of similarly little bases with aquarium pieces on. And they're painted, the bases with the gravel and the coverage are painted a sort of a earthy brown color, and then dry brushed, with a bit of ground scatter and other things on, as you would with sort of, wargaming terrain or making those kinds of things, or railways, similarly, just to help them sort of blend into the shots.
I think it looks really good, like how you're kind of upscaling what you already know. Like that's crazy. Like I know I have friends that like do all the scales and they do miniatures and stuff, but I've never talked to anyone who, well, I guess Timbo. I didn't know Timbo started with miniatures, but I didn't. But it's a really cool, like, and now I see it, and now that I like have Timbo stuff, I see it now a little bit. You know what I mean? Like there is a style, and it's like a, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a it's like a dirty clean. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look like it's not overboard. It's not too much. It's like it's nice to the eye. Famine, help me. Go ahead.
I think what Josh is trying to say is nobody took a cap of null oil and just dumped it over top and called it done.
Yeah.
You're not overstated with your weathering and your wear and tear. It makes it look well done and not too much. You know, it's not excessive.
Yeah.
And the trick for the trick for getting the color right as well is whilst I do buy you know, sort of miniature paints and Games Workshop paints, if I get a color I like, I just take it to the hardware store and get them to color match it.
I've done that. It's fun. Like I took in like a halo, like one of their like green that they had on a container, and I was like, I want this, and the whole base. I want the whole base. And now I use it. I still have so much left over. I'll use it for like my base coat on stuff because there's so much of it. I'm like, it doesn't have to be a black base coat. It can be this. Like it works. But yeah, it's So yeah, for people that don't know, if you want something certain colors, take it to the store and be like, I want it this color, and you can match it up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then Brian from our other show, Toy Squad, on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is sort of in the chat. Yeah. You better watch it, man. I'm quizzing you like before the show Monday. You better watch every second of this show.
Yeah, there'll be a test.
There'll be a test before we can start Toy Squad on Monday. You got to pass the test. There was another funny chat, but I totally missed it because everyone's chatting. Imagine that. People chatting in the chat.
Chatting in the chat.
And then we've got this piece was cool. So did you paint this sucker up or what?
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's 3D printed. That's FDM print, and in fact, there's another one in the background there. But that is painted. But I used sort of a bit of a mix on that. So there was a little bit of sort of sprayed. I think I sprayed it black, and then grey. So most of it was grey to begin with, and then a sort of slightly sort of top coat, like a zenithal highlight with a white. And it was dry brushed with a various few shades of grey. And I used a bit of a technique, sort of a bit of the leopard spot technique. So what we're actually using is quite a light colour to begin with, and then applying sort of water to the actual piece, so it's actually wet, and then using sort of colours or watered down. I think that's actually a contrast paint, watered down quite a lot, and you're just literally spotting it on. And because
do you have a closer shot of the green on this? Because I really want to see that, like closer, like because the way you're describing it sounds awesome. Like the way through like how you did it, like you can tell like just how it goes down the walls and like
it's just using the water and using capillary action really. So you're sort of dabbing bits in and it sort of spreads out. It's not quite the same. It's similar to if you were using oils, but obviously it's a lot faster. So you have to work relatively rapidly. But essentially, if there's a bit too much color, you could just grab a brush with some water, dab it on, and sort of take some of that away. And then again, because it stays wet for a while, you can dab it little bits of other color.
It's like a sincerely tiny localized wash that you're putting on that area.
And as the surface is mostly wet, so there's if you're doing it on a larger scale. So I probably will be looking at doing this on a larger scale, but I'll be using a sort of a spray to sort of get wetness all over the surface, and then essentially just doing it with larger brushes. So that piece was that was a sort of 28 mil scaled smaller piece for much smaller miniatures.
Very cool. And are these?
It looks great.
These are all 1/18. They are the stuff we're getting into now, or
they are. Yeah, they're. I think I've got one of those here. So these are those toxic waste barrels. That's what they start off as. So they'd work with probably work with 1/12 as well, because they're they're quite large for a 1/18. But that's all they are. I think I bought a pack of these on Amazon and bought a large pack of them. You have to use a sort of a heat gun or hairdryer to sort of get the labels off, because otherwise you're stuck with picking them off. The first 3 or 4 I picked off, and they take about half an hour to an hour to take off. Cleaned off, rubbed down, cleaned with alcohol, rubbed to give it sort of a base, and then a primer. So plastic primer is really good to be used on that stuff, because so it's almost like a vinyl material. so the paint doesn't always adhere that well. And then we just I think we have a car shop over here called Halford's, which sells camouflage colors. So pick up some rattle cans of camouflage colors, and that's the green that they have. And then it's weathered, obviously, so that sort of bit of stippling and various other things, and then the labels obviously threw in the old Extensive Enterprises logo, which I just was a Google search and found, resized that. I think I resized it in PowerPoint and printed it off,
But before we go to the next picture, Bobby's got a question here for you, Famine. Can you see that?
Did you find any containers? Well, did you?
No, the answer is no. Well, the answer is usually middle finger, but
He's talking about those LOL dollhouses yet.
No. And middle finger from Famine. That's what you got. And then we got. It looks like you got a whole expansive range of these barrels here.
Yeah, I wanted to do some sort of different color. So I think the toxic waste color, they also do a purple one as well, actually. But I wanted to sort of use some sort of variety of colors. So I've got a from all the sort of model making I've done over the years, I've got a big sort of case of various sort of paint finishes and rattle cans and stuff. So I just wanted to try and get a bit of different weathering and sort of styles to them and different containers, so that it's not exactly the same thing. It's quite nice to have multiples of certain things. I think some of you guys have got some of those barrels you've got, but having that variety of color gives you that sort of depth and able to sort of dress scenes in a different way.
That's cool.
But that shows you where what they were made from originally, essentially.
Yeah,
well, we got some Sunoco ones here.
Yeah,
those are really cool. The ones that were really cool were what the hell was that picture? Oh, these. I don't know what kind of if it's medicine or what it is, but these were really cool looking.
Yeah, so those that was sort of inspired by seeing Lord of Fame actually sharing his Greebly of the week, and he sort of said, we've got these little Yakult tubs, which reminded me that was something I think I actually made those about a year, 18 months ago, just when I was just starting to toy around with things. So those lids are Coke, they're Coke bottle lids. They're just just the plastic lids, the ones that don't have the logo printed on the top. So those they're yogurt drinks. They're sort of they're good for your gut kind of thing. I happened to have some of those and thought, hang on a minute, these will work like some of toxic waste or gas containers or whatever it was. So variety of colors, and those sort of different sized labels are just sort of cut again, printed, resized Google image searches. Just to give it a bit of a, and that's more in line with the sort of, near future kind of sci-fi kind of feel. So you got a lot inspired by your, the stuff you guys are doing.
Oh, very cool, man. Yeah, I mean, so you got your choice of explosive materials or toxic gas or some toxic waste. So
yeah, or some biohazard.
Yeah, get some biohazard in you. That'll
yeah.
And then, and then we got a vehicle here. So, are you painting this vehicle? I'm assuming.
So yeah, that's one of those click and play world peacekeepers, but which looks kind of okay on its. They're pretty good. They're pretty good toys actually. But I just wanted to sort of give it a little bit more life. So added some, a little bit of color, a bit more weathering, dirt on the wheels, grime, a little bit of rust, to make it a little bit lived in.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, so you're using templates for your camouflage, or you're just freehanding?
That in fact is the that camouflage is actually on the original model. So I left that as it was. On that model. So I kept it as it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because they call that line this World Peacekeepers, the same as they do for you. It's not playing Canada. It's World Peacekeepers.
Oh, it's World Peacekeepers for you too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so strange how it.
Yeah.
The ocean. Oh, is that Famine?
Yeah, he's barking again.
Famine's barking again at the screen.
He's barking again.
Yeah, well, in America, they just call it click and play. It's real simple.
Because America.
The boy part goes into the other part, and that's it. All we need.
Oh my god. Sex
Click
ed.
and play.
Sex ed in the USA. That's right there. Play a video of famine. Boy part goes in the girl part. And you get babies. And then you make those babies work on your farm.
Why are you going so far away from click and play? Like that's where we were, Rad. Your mind, man.
I can't help it, man. I can't help it. But yeah, so that concludes our pictures from our guest tonight. And that's definitely awesome. Go check them out on Instagram.
He has many more on Instagram, so definitely go check him out.
One thing I was going to ask you: do you sell anything, or are you thinking about selling stuff?
I haven't. I mean, I've done a couple of commissions for friends and things like that, but I hadn't even occurred to me. So I think the Dear America, fuck yeah. Coming to see you the motherfucking day, yeah.
America.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I hadn't really considered it, but after I sort of posted the barrels, that was one of the first comments I got. Was like, how much? I was like, I haven't really even literally that's the first lot I've made for myself, so I hadn't even thought about it. So I think I might, may have to consider that and see if we could do some
or at least trades. That's usually a good way to get some cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trade your craft for another person's.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that brings us to our last segment of the show tonight, which is cool shit I saw on Instagram this week.
Ooh,
and we're going to start with Adrian Forbes. You got one of I don't know what ship this is, but this looks cool as fuck.
That is from the place that he showed us. It was red when he was on here. It was that red one that lit up. It's a little rocket ship.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'll never question you again. I apologize.
No, I was just saying he showed us. He's like, I'm gonna repaint this, and like you don't remember any of it. And he's been showing off the little station it comes in all week.
It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me.
There you go. Yeah. It was all part of that, and he's got. I don't know if you have more pics of but it's really coming together. He painted the inside too, I believe.
I did a chair as well, seat.
There you go. And then the next cool thing I saw on Instagram was Red Mando, our guest for next week. I don't know what that looks like. One of those cheapy King Kong. They have this really cheap toy line where they have like a King Kong playset. Yeah. And that's supposed to be like the Mountain Fortress or something. But I'm sure he'll fill us in next week. But no, I just thought that was a cool shot, and I love that painting. Like the paintwork's great. Yeah. It definitely doesn't start that color, that's for sure. It's like a crappy maroon with
a maroon mountain.
Yeah, the maroon mountain with little someone just walked up to it and sprayed it a couple times with black paint. They're like, all right, cool, send it out.
Sorry.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
When I first saw this on Instagram, I was like, man, it reminded me of the hazards in putt golf, like when there's water hazards, I'm in golf in general. But I was like, that would be so hard to play putt there.
Yeah.
It would be.
Or you could make it give someone a little club and they could pretend they're actually playing.
As soon as you said that, I can't unsee it now. It does look like a mini golf.
That's what I thought. It's cool. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, there you go. And our next person, human being, whatever. Go up. There you go. There we go. The Defiant Outer Rim Station. I just like that shot. That's a cool little shot with them all in the little bunker. It's outside too.
Yeah.
You don't need a big space. Just bring your toys outside, like Nassau Station and Dom and all them. Just set them up in your backyard and take pictures. It's actually really cool.
That is really good.
That's a neat little outpost or whatever. I don't know what it's supposed to be. And then Timbo Toys, he is working on a comic book shop for his station, which I am totally going to copy that idea. So yeah, it's a shot from inside his comic book station. He's got Jax running the place, Jack, sorry. But definitely a cool shot. So yeah, definitely go check out Timbo's progress on his comic book shop. Definitely.
I think that's 1/12 scale. I don't know if that's going to be in Jam, but it's
it might be 1/12. He said he was working on a comic book shop for Jam Jam. So
Oh, he might be doing both. Because I did ask him. I was like, "Is it possible to do this in 118?" So he might be doing it. I know it takes a long time to like do those cases and stuff that he was doing with the, where it looks like it's glass, and it's really cool.
It'll take a lot longer to do it twice.
yeah,
Scales.
it's probably modular, and you can use it for both scales. Oh, and then I saw this really cool shot, and it inspired me to do the same thing.
Oh, that's a cool shot.
Yeah.
I could have gave you a better one if you would have told me.
It's a surprise, man. I was like, "Oh, Josh is coming back on the show tonight. I'm gonna surprise him."
I am surprised. Yeah, I just took. I'm doing so. That's going to be in the video once I get it done. But I think I put some shots up on Instagram with those. But it's Sabine's outpost. So yeah.
So Timbo says it is 112.
Oh,
It's still for the Jam. So figure that one.
Ooh.
And most of Sabine's, like both of her, like her walls that are in this outpost were made in Jam Jam Station. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot that's going on. You got Jason Jensen. I got Rad Toys in here. I got Aegis Station's gonna be many parts of it, and then Timbo and District 3. But yeah, that area is a lot of. I think that wall that is shown in there underneath the mural is Aegis door, one of his doors. So yeah, to the right there.
Yeah.
And then to the left is something from Rad, and like it's crazy. Like it's crazy. I can fit everyone's stuff into there.
Yeah.
So
very cool, man. And then I think what do we got? Oh yeah, we got 2 more. So this next one, I love this speeder bike that this guy made. Homeland Customs. Like check that thing out. Like, holy crap.
That's wicked.
Yeah, I definitely think that's 112 because that's Power Rangers sitting on those bikes. And that's I think that's a Snake Eyes body on that.
Yeah, I can confirm it is 112 because I asked what heads he used, and he said he used Lightning Collection helmets. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
I did the work. I did the diligence before the show. You should have seen it in the case notes. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's crazy. No, without me even like saying I was having this picture on the show. All right, there, Wenzilla. What do we got here?
Yo, Stuntman Fred is doing the boys customs right now. Well, he's done a few of them. Yeah, just another one. This guy's amazing. He had a big page. It got like somehow hacked or whatever. He's still killing it every day. Like he has something up. I don't think they're for sale because I asked him one time if he wanted to be on the show and if he wanted to like sell one to me and I would do like a giveaway, how we do. And he was like, "Oh, I think he makes them all for his stuff, but maybe he's open to commissions. I don't know, but yeah, he's just amazing work over and over and over. Like every single time he puts something out, and they're all screen accurate. Like everything's screen accurate. So it's cool to see that because we have so many things out here from all of us that are not screen accurate and characters that we're making up. So it's crazy to see something that's like completely custom screen accurate. So
very, very
he has
cool.
A ton of stuff. Like,
all right. Cool. Well, that's our cool shit we saw on Instagram, or at least I did anyways, and then everybody else saw the same thing because it was all recent posts. So that's great. Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be probably our show for the night. Remember, you can check us here every Friday. Next week we got Red Mando on the show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check out Toy Squad Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, Famine streams Tuesday nights over on his channel on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got Whip Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays, obviously.
And the Tomb.
Yeah. And the Tomb at 9 o'clock. We got Skeleton's Tomb on YouTube now, or are you guys still dabbling in the Instagram?
I'm on tonight. I'm on tonight again at 10 o'clock, streaming on my channel. Just throwing that out there.
1 hour.
Famine's,
we're gonna watch him shower, and we're gonna put that on Patreon. So
there you go. That's where we get the big money.
Get you fresh for 10 o'clock. Yeah, and make sure to check out Timbo's video that's out right now. Like I said, next Wednesday, Aegis Station will be on the Tomb, 9 p.m. EST, and it will be giving away it's a pup bot, right? Pup bot, right?
Pup droid, man. Pup droid.
Then what's a pup bot?
Pup bot, something you made up in your head.
I don't know. Why do I keep saying that? All right, the new and improved spring pup droid will be in a giveaway on Wednesday, right here on YouTube.
Very, very cool. Once again, I want to thank my co-host, my co-host, my guests, everybody that came out in the chat tonight. Thank you very much. We appreciate the support. We will see you Monday with Toy Squad. Family will see you later tonight. And yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. Everybody take it easy. And Wentzilla, what are you going to say tonight? We're going to come up with
what?
We are.
I was doing it.
I was going to say we are going to come up with a new catchphrase at some point, but tonight I am too lazy.
I think we should have people pick the catchphrase or something cool.
Bjorn's good at making names. For sure.
I said it once, and then it caught everyone off guard. Like, what the fuck?
What?
But anyway, get your titties sucked. Oh, I just hurt my leg. I put too much into it.
Is that the